This is WizardShack. It's a podcast of sorts. Or so they say.
Or so they say. Yes, episode 117. Doing this for quite a bit now. Right?
Well, I thought we had a bunch of stuff that wasn't like tracked.
We do. We have a lot of stuff that was like we definitely do. We have a lot of technical, like proto versions of this podcast. You know, probably like a good bit of it. We're probably like well over this mark. You know,
but I think there's also some where we weren't even numerically keeping track of stuff.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. But I definitely saw Alien Romulus, and it was interesting. I feel like my opinion has changed a little bit on this movie since like processing it.
Is it because of the Red Letter Media thing where they said it was like AI scripted?
No, actually, I kind of like
fest.
I kind of like I get what they're saying. I kind of don't super agree with them on this movie.
I feel like the AI thing's a little bit lazy at this point, where
yeah,
it's almost like a bit, you know.
I mean, there's one thing that like I was making fun of with this movie that they keyed on too, where I kept saying like, "Oh, there's something in the wall," like that like stupid accent that they were like talking about too, and I was like, "That's really fucking weird," because I was like saying that line for like weeks.
They're in some like British planet.
They're not. They're in this. I mean that's actually like the planet they're on is like we'll talk about it, but that's kind of like the awesome shit. There's a big like Blade Runner vibe. I mean, one thing that Red Letter Media said that they covered that's like definitely true is that the first 30 minutes are awesome of the second movie. Like really like incredibly good. Because I kept thinking like, oh, this is like gonna be awesome, and then it does kind of like just becomes sort of like an actiony movie. I don't think it was as bad as they took it as, but
I feel like you could say it about so many things though. You know, like it feels easier to pack in all the good ideas right away, and then you kind of run out of steam, or you don't know where to take the plot, or the ending sucks.
I think it depends. I think some movies have a good middle act. Some movies have like a really good last act. This is a very good first. What I'm
saying is like if the beginning of the film is shit, then I feel like you're gonna lose a lot of people immediately. You know, like it's got. And I've heard people say it's about scripts. It's like if it doesn't.
Oh, it's got to. I mean,
get you like right away, then you don't feel like investing.
I mean, I've read stuff on screenwriting. You kind of have to like, all right, what you're supposed to do in screenwriting is you have to every 10 pages, which is basically every 10 minutes of the movie, you have to have every 10 minutes of the movie, and you'll notice this. You can look at other movies, like watch a movie, and you'll notice that like at the 10-minute mark of each movie, there's like something big that kind of happens, because that's like how you kind of that's kind of how the Hollywood studios like buy your script, is that you have every 10 pages, you have this really exciting part, you know? And a lot of times, like, let's say it's like Spielberg, he usually starts with a really exciting part. Like look at Jurassic Park, how it starts with like, they're moving that like velociraptor and like, you know, like shoot her, that part.
Well, it reminds me of like post-rock, you know, it's like you got to have the build, then it crescendos into like
you could start with like
really big,
crazy
and then
too.
it slowly declines, but still like does it in a good way, and then it goes back again and builds. You know, because they deal with like so much more space than having like a bunch of tracks. You know.
Yeah, but then like there's a lot of movies that start with like a big. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this movie, but you know, like Dark Knight starts with that heist. You know, like they start off with like
heat rip-off.
Yeah, I mean, they start off with the heat ripoff, but that was like, you know, as a screenwriting thing or like a storytelling thing that isn't really effective, they start off with something very interesting. A lot of movies do that. And definitely Spielberg is a big part of that. I mean, Jaws. Let's go to Jaws. You see, like, they're on the beach and the girl swims and gets killed. You know, like within the first like 5 minutes. You know, like that's a very Spielberg thing where he starts off with a, you know, big moment, and then it kind of is that like downward vibe, and then it goes back up, you know, to like.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that is
he's perfect at that. You could read his scripts. Oh, another one.
It leaves something to the imagination that you eventually show, because given the amount of issues they had with the shark, it's better that it was left out more than
Yeah.
in.
And I'm thinking of another one Spielberg is Indiana Jones. Starts off with the fucking rock going down the fucking thing. You know, like I mean, there's a little bit of an intro that's like 5 minutes, but then he gets that like idol, and then the rock comes and he's like running away from it. Like he does it a lot. He has these very interesting actiony openers. I guess honestly, everyone has movies. I'm trying to think. All his popular movies, I think, have that. I'm trying to think of like what Close Encounter starts off. It starts off with the kid getting abducted, right?
In what?
In Close Encounters, little kid getting like abducted.
I don't really remember that movie that well.
I'm quite positive of that one, but yeah, he's very good at like having something that grips you into like staying with the story, and that's a smart move. But what do we got up here? We got what do we got? We got Rachel Zegler. We're huge Zegler heads here. This is if you followed our channel, some Zeg heads here. This is. I mean, I'm putting this Zegler as a goddess. That's going to be the caption for this here. Y2K, the trailer. I've not seen this yet. I know you sent it to me. I didn't watch it yet.
I didn't watch it yet either. I wanted.
I mean, I figured it'd be great because it's got Zegler in it. So there you go.
Whatever happened to that Snow White shit?
There's a trailer for it, but there. You know, we're gonna do a couple of Zegler trailers here. We'll do one after this. There's another.
LOTR.
Oh, okay.
And
I
your
get
lucky
it.
lady gonna get the
Who's
midnight.
that fat motherfucker from? He looks familiar.
Who's who? The
The
fat kid.
guy.
He is.
Oh
an
shit, Heidegger.
He is a New Zealand actor that's been in stuff from the guy, the director of What We Do in the Shadows. That
Oh,
guy.
what Kiki?
Yeah, that's
With
he
TT?
did a movie with him, so I know the actor. Good, he's good.
What's up, Laura?
He did
We're
the
actually
Nazi
going to this New
movie,
Year's
right?
thing. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
total shit show.
Oh, he's done this over.
Yeah, start over.
It's 19.
Isn't that motherfucker from something too?
Yeah, it's from Stranger Things. Oh no! He's from It. He's from It.
Oh, yeah.
He's from It. He looks like Will.
You know what's
Byers.
funny? Like they
He's
had such
from
a
It.
kind of weird crossover. Not like because of the people, just like I don't know.
Oh, they do.
The-
It's just kind of the same
Stranger
kind of
Things-
vibe.
I didn't really think of it at the time. Is like a newer version of it.
It's kind of the vibe. It's the vibe too. It's like both
It's
stories.
like
I mean,
Goonies.
it's honestly Stranger Things is a rip off of a lot of Stephen King things because like think about Stephen King with like Stand by Me and Goonies. Well, not Goonies, but like Stand by Me and it you have this kid dynamic of a kid group.
Yeah, Stand by Me is fucking dark.
Right. So it's like I think Stranger Things, and of course they're influenced by all this 80s stuff, which is when Stephen King was writing these things. So
Do you think the Phoenix family did some like blood sacrifice of River to have Joaquin have a career?
I wouldn't doubt it, man. Look to hip hop for that. Look to hip hop to see all the blood sacrifice that is going on. So like maybe, I mean maybe. I mean look at how popular Joaquin Phoenix is now. Maybe. Here's the trailer.
Sire.
And your lucky lady gonna get the midnight kiss.
Just talk to her, dude. What's up, Laura?
We're actually going to this New Year's thing. It's gonna be a total shit show.
Oh.
See ya.
It's 1999, and we getting
In a few hours, you have an excuse to kiss the girl of your dreams. Open up. Take us away. It's so smooth. Y2K is real.
Someone's on the net.
Dumbass. I use gel. Oh, shit. A Tamagotchi just drilled through a chick's head.
Come on, we gotta go.
We are experiencing major problems as a result of the Y2K breakdown.
Bye bye, human race.
We're talking global computer apocalypse.
Sorry, guys. I guess you're fucked.
They made a video and everything. That's crazy.
Oh, that's
You don't
interesting.
know how
Tom
this
Moody's
shit
good.
works.
Grab a bike, grab a board, grab whatever you can.
This has been the shittiest night of my life.
Fuck this!
But it's cool that we got to hang out for once.
Oh, let go!
All right, I got things to say.
Yeah,
it doesn't
how
look
old is
bad.
Ziggler compared to whatever parts he's supposed to be playing?
Oh, Ziggler looks hot, by the way. Not no joke. Looks pretty good there. Maybe it's like the '90s like outfit she's wearing, but not looking bad. But this movie is like not looking bad.
A lot of nostalgia baked in.
It's like, do you remember fucking Varsity Blues? Do you remember George Bush? Do you remember
Those balance sticks things.
Yeah, it's a little. I can make fun of this, you know. Like I see what they're trying to do. It's too,
Tamagotchi, yeah.
I guess they're selling to our generation.
Tamagotchis came before Pokemon, right?
Could have been around the same time. No, Pokemon's earlier, dude. Pokemon's way earlier.
Is it?
Yeah. Look at Pokemon. I mean, the story of Pokemon's crazy. How the coders who made Pokemon, they started making Pokemon, and then like their whole game got fucked so much, like by like a virus or something on their computer system, so much that the one developer had to learn English, and he was Japanese, like didn't speak a lick of English. He had to learn English to get the code, to learn a new OS to like kind of install back where they were to like save their backups. Like they had all these backups that got deleted, like 2 years worth of work.
He's like treated as the Miyazaki of gaming.
Yeah,
Or,
no, like, there's a crazy story to it. And they also were like, you know, like none of these people, they had like they didn't have funding either. Like they were just like, yeah, sure, we'll let you try to do something. Like they had like no funding. But it was by that the guy who did Mario. He was the one who kind of like believed in the team. But because what's the game company? Game Freak? Is Game Freak the one? Game Freak.
Yeah, Game Freak.
Yeah, that's like the story of Game Freak is like kind of crazy. Like you can look at it. It's really good. Like they can make that into a movie.
So addictive. It really it feels similar to like WoW, where there's a game. It's like a game that has a storyline and a plot that ends, but then like there's so many different ways to play the game. That
No, it was complex too. Because
never
it's like,
ending.
especially for the system they had at the time, it's complex because it's basically Zelda that mixes into a different type of game when you go into like the fighting mode. You know, it's like, so that's kind of complex.
Yeah, I've
for the
always
time.
heard how great early Zelda is. I've never played it. It just felt like a bunch of puzzles or something. I don't know.
I mean, there is a lot of puzzles, but it's a lot of just kind of
To me,
no.
it
There's
was
a lot of like
Final Fantasy. Like
there's some hack and slash
I've always
to it,
heard
too.
how great Final Fantasy franchise was, but
I mean, if you like Pokemon,
I've
you'll
never
probably
actually played it. I've just watched people play it.
But if you like Pokemon, you probably like Final Fantasy. It's that turn-based shit, which it's like to me, like I like it, but it gets old. I mean, to me, it gets old. I know you like it.
Well, it's like a weird form of chess or something.
Yeah, I get that, and I think that's
Because if
something.
you make one
and
move
I do like that about it.
a certain way, it then sets in a bunch of different possible reactions that you then have to plan for. So you're kind of like thinking.
I mean, I wouldn't
moves ahead from the initial leads you have.
I mean, I wouldn't put turn-based stuff on my like bottom. Like, I don't like first-person shooters. That's like my bottom tier shit.
Yeah, those are so based on being just like a visceral experience where you're just like reacting to everything instantly.
Yeah.
This is more like just kind of cerebral and thinking things out and planning and plotting, and it's sort of like early computer games where there wasn't even any kind
choose
of
your adventure
visual component. It was just like text, and then you had to imagine everything that was happening with the coding.
Choose your adventure.
Drug Dealer. Remember that game, Drug Dealer?
It was not something else. It was called something else. It was on the
I feel like
calculator.
that slowly morphed into Grand Theft Auto, which was like an
What was it?
overhead
It was on the
game.
calculator. It was on a calculator, right?
And then Grand Theft Auto became a first-person type shooter campaign thing.
Drug Wars. Drug Wars. That was the game on the calculator. But yeah, I mean, my favorite type of game is probably hack and slash. I like a hack and slash, you know, like a Skyrim, like a WoW. But then my next best is probably like side scroller, and then probably my third best would be like turn based, and then I would put a lot of like shooter shit below that for sure. That never did it for me.
I only like shooters when it's like James Bond, GoldenEye, or Halo, or
I never liked it then. I mean, I know everyone did.
it's not really about the gameplay. It's more like the communal aspect of it. Where
I mean, I'm gonna say this. It's also
like,
probably
remember
just
where,
I'm
like,
not good
we
at it.
had 2 Xboxes somehow synced up along 2 televisions, so 8 people could play at once. Like that's just pretty
Oh, yeah.
crazy for the time
We were
period.
doing like LAN parties back like when they're
Right? Yeah.
before,
I mean,
yeah, before like multiplayer. Like we had 16
and
people
the
playing
fucked up
together
thing
in the
about
same
it, too,
room.
is like everyone can see what everyone's trying to do,
Yeah, you'd watch everyone's screen. It was kind of douchey.
and everyone's just like racing to get like invis and a shotgun.
I mean, I'll just say like the reason I never liked first person shooters is because I'm not good at first person shooters. So it's like I'm kind of biased. I was just never good at it. If I was good at it, maybe I would like
I'm
it.
not. I was
never good. You were better at it than me.
I found like what worked for what I was trying to do, but I was not like trying to do it competitively or anything like that.
All right, so Zegler special feature here, double feature trailer. Thing.
Hold on, I'm just trying to. What is Ziegler like age-wise playing to the part?
I mean, Zegler is in her 20s, but she does look younger. I don't think
Is she
she.
supposed to be like a high schooler?
Oh yeah, they're supposed to be high schooler. Yeah. I mean, I'll say this: that see-through shirt she was wearing, I didn't mind. I'll say that. There you go.
I'm surprised that she's the
The sexual interest.
Yeah, I thought she was
That
more
kinda
going to
works.
be.
That kind of works because she's like.
I thought she was going to be more like a friend or something.
Here's what I think, and this is like I'm being serious with Rachel Zegler, where I think it's an appealing thing, is that she has this obtainable vibe. You know, like she doesn't look like super fucking. She's not like Sydney Sweeney, where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna put a fucking finger on this girl out of my life. Zegler, maybe. You know, that's actually like a good thing. You know, like it looks like someone you could bang.
Yeah, they're more modest.
Yeah. Here's her in Snow White. I have not seen this trailer, and help us God.
So whistle while you work.
Oh no.
I'm out.
Whistle while you work.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest? One of
By the way, that's what is it? What do they call it? Mandela effect. Don't you remember as Mirror Mirror on the Wall? Am I wrong? Do you remember that? Do you remember Mirror Mirror on the Wall? You're not here. We'll talk about it after.
It's more like fucking man.
Hold on. Do you remember that when she said, "Don't you remember Mirror Mirror on the Wall"? It's a Mandela thing. Or do you remember Magic Mirror on the Wall? What do you remember? Magic Mirror on the Wall or Mirror Mirror on the Wall?
Mirror.
Yeah, it was not that, by the way. That's a Mandela thing. Everyone remembers Mirror Mirror on the Wall, and that was never said in the movie. Apparently,
That's not the line.
It's Magic Mirror on the Wall.
Oh.
But do you fucking remember that? Because I fucking don't. I don't think anyone does.
I feel like Mirror is a better.
It's like the pop culture thing that everyone remembers.
Like a better line.
It is a better line, and everyone remembers it as that. So then you kind of question, like, is that real? I don't know.
Because I don't know. I feel like Magic just has like a kind of lame, corny context to it.
By the way, I was thinking about going on a political rant. I don't think I want to do it, but
going on a what?
Political rant. I've seen some things that have like got me angry in this past political cycle.
I don't know.
I probably shouldn't. I should not do that. But I think these Trump fucking people are
my feed is like, I can tell it's starting to infiltrate because I getting all these like JD Vance videos of him ordering donuts or some shit.
Well, it's basically, do you want to put the blue side that likes Israel, or do you want to put the red side that likes Israel? So which side do you want to do? Because they do the same thing no matter what. And these fucking
Nader.
I mean, I'll say this: these crazy Trump people are nuts, because it's like, if Trump would actually like do what he says, where he's like, everything Trump says that he like says he'll do, you know what, I have no problem with. I think that's fine, that's great. But do you actually are you that naive to believe this guy? You that naive to believe that he's actually going to do the things he says? Because he didn't last time. That's the part that drives me nuts. Is like, how do you actually think he's going to?
They'll just say whatever they need to get in, and once they get in, it doesn't matter anymore.
No, that's exactly. Well, I mean,
come on,
it never matters though, 'cause we don't decide. We don't. That's nothing.
I know.
Like,
I've said that.
That's the craziest. The craziest part that we don't
like I'm a
decide.
psychopath because I feel like voting is a waste of time, and like it's just, you think anyone that gets in hasn't already been pre-positioned to be there, to be in. It's not some luck of the draw or like all on the public to get there.
No, people do not read.
It's the lesser of whatever evils they put out there for you to pick.
No one reads the Constitution, even though they claim that they're like for the Constitution. Like the Republican side is like, oh, that's fucking unconstitutional. Read the Constitution. We do not have the right to vote the president in. The president is decided by the Electoral College. We have no fucking say. We are not a democracy. We're a republic. And our whole country thinks their vote matters.
That stuff matters. It just feels like it's a matter of where the money is shifting, and
look at this. Look at
what
this.
Direction they want to go in.
This is nuts.
How
Look at this. Look at this.
Or underprint or fluctuate the.
Here's a clip of Trump talking about how he openly talks about how Israel used to have control of the U.S. Congress, and that when he's president, they will. But look at his this. All right, this is his literal stage. Do you not see what fucking flags are behind him? Like, he doesn't have American flags. I mean, he does, but it's like, look what he. Are you serious? It's like, you don't see what's going on here. Like, look at that. That's fucking crazy.
It's weird. It's like
behind him in our American country. You should not like that. Like, what the fuck?
It's not even one. It's like several.
It's half. Half is. It's like basically like saying I'm half American, half for Israel. But like, I mean, look at this. Let's look at this clip.
The power, Miriam, of this lobby, this powerful, and it was for good, not for bad, of being Jewish and of Israel.
And that's what they hide behind.
Unfortunately, they're not
hide behind
necessarily
being
the
Jewish.
same, because you have Jewish people living in New York who really don't support. You look at the New York Times, and they do not support Israel, and I don't think they support Jewish people. You want to know the truth?
There is no correlation. You can be Jewish and not like Israel. That doesn't make sense. That's where it's like, this is nuts. It's nuts. This is another government that is not hiding behind being Jewish religion. It's driving me nuts.
And you wonder where it all came from, but why Why did it come? And they have to get together. They have to be strong. Because it's never been under attack like this. It's never been under siege like this. But 15 years ago, it was the absolute most powerful. You couldn't have an AOC +3. They wouldn't have a chance of being elected anywhere. And today you have AOC and some of these people, and they're pretty violent, and they hate Israel and they hate Jewish people. And
they don't hate Jewish people; they hate Israel. All right, I'm off my topic here. This is going too far.
But Kamala Harris,
this is going to go too far. But even look at Kamala Harris. All the Jewish, they're all pro-Israel too, and so you're basically voting for either, pro-Israel or pro-Israel. So what do you want to vote for next year? I mean, our vote doesn't matter, but I would like to think maybe in the future we'll get rid of the Electoral College and maybe your vote will matter, but will it even be able to be tracked? Like, can you even trust a computer? That's one thing that Trump said that's true. Like, I can't trust these computers.
It's all just like
it's done. You can't tell.
I mean, I've said this to people in my family. They think I was a psycho, but it's just all like an excuse to make yourself feel important. And that
I think it's just to make you feel like your vote matters. Even
really, like, and then it gets divisive where it's like, oh, if we had 5 fucking votes and you had voted, it would have made the difference.
That's insane because there's in our fucking state.
Really, if you think a bunch of random assholes are going to decide anything with this amount of money and control involved, you're an idiot. Like,
of course,
you're a fucking moron. It's just there to be divisive, so everyone's so distracted fighting with each other where they don't really pay attention to whatever actually is going on underneath all the shit,
Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, in our state,
which is basically making money off of morons.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what we are. That's where we are. I mean, we only have 14 electoral college votes in our state in New Jersey. And you know what's funny? How they were like, oh, we got to count the electoral, we got to count the states, and like, no, come on. All of these states have like under 50 electoral votes. Some have only like 10. You can pull that in a matter of fucking seconds. It's like a joke to think. It's funny. It's a joke to think, like, that night where it's like the election night, how it goes all night. No, that shit takes fucking 2 seconds. We have 14 people that actually vote in our state. That's it. That is it.
But who are these people? It's this old manipulated bullshit.
Well, in that, you look up who the electoral votes are.
Like it's some like.
Look it up. The electoral votes, our electoral candidates are just determined by the 2 parties. So that lets you know there will never be like a third party. And this is funny. I remember Colin Quinn.
No, there'll be a big fucking problem, and whoever would be the third party would probably get assassinated.
I mean, this was a funny joke. I remember
that would
Colin Quinn
completely ruin the formula that's worked for however long.
Yeah, I remember Colin Quinn had a good joke about like the Soviet Union and like socialist stuff. He's like, they have the worst political system. They only have, you only have 1 person to vote for. We have the best political system. We have 2 people to vote for. We have 1 more than them. And that's like, when you realize that, that's fucking nuts. We just have 2. That's it. That's all you really have. 2. Like, you have such a great choice, huh? I could go on Netflix and watch 900 different movies, but I got 2 people for the fucking president. And they both like Israel.
They're fucking...
And they're both funded by Israel.
Fucking retards, you know what I mean? Why does the age for this qualification have to be so long, I don't think it takes that long to figure out what the fuck to do.
Yeah, and I mean, again,
and they're not doing anything. It's just like who you have representing you and actually doing the work.
And I'm also like, I'm not like
you're just the scapegoat to take.
Oh yeah, of course, we all are. We're that. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I don't. And the thing is, I don't dislike Trump. If everything he said that he would do would be true, I'd be like, oh, that's fucking awesome, do it. But he won't. So it's like that's the naive shit. Like
I know, but the whole
stupid. Like that's
the whole
stupid.
Purpose
that's dumb.
Just butter up whatever
this kind of shit
side they're on. I mean, they're not going to sit there and say how they've failed in the past or how things might go wrong of what they want to do, there's no point. I mean, you gotta like just glorify every other sentence to where you're almost like you can do no wrong. You know,
Yeah.
you're like.
But this kind of shit also, what I was like, I guess the Kamala's vice president has like a special needs son, and all these like MAGA people were making fun of him for being retarded, and that's just like
Yeah, my whole
that's like
timeline
that's just like
were
bad.
memes of this guy.
Like, you think that's cool to make fun of that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, like, come on, like, have a little bit of decency.
I think
you know,
the
like,
issue is
it's just a team sport. It's team sports. It's like this is now your team, which is
no.
like
I think the issue is, and this might say more about just the general public, is that they didn't know that he was special needs. It was just more about his reaction, and
Could
then
be.
once they eventually found out, they may have felt a certain type of way. But
I mean, I'd like to think
they were
these
all
people,
just reacting to the clip. They didn't know the context or
it could be that.
the fact
I'd
that
like to
he
think that's
has
true.
any kind of condition. You know,
I'd like to think that's true. I would really like to think that's true. I mean, but the thing is, it's like even these whatever MAGA people, if they fucking, I'm sure if they met this person in real life, they'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna ever make fun of him in my life. But it's this internet culture that's just crazy,
I have no desire to meet any of these fucking people.
Oh god,
it's so weird. Like
who goes to these things?
I've
Who
been
goes to these
around
things?
people who are like so in awe and like amazed by government officials. Like I don't get it, man. Like I don't fucking.
No, they're fucking.
I don't feel like there's something there that I need to really.
No, it's all info. I mean, the thing is this:
I don't get
they
it.
act like they're different size. Go
To
watch
me, it
it.
feels like the
Go watch a Congress
Mike
video.
Pillow guy trying to sell a 3-for-2 deal.
Yeah, and also go watch a C-SPAN video and watch how the Republican and Democrats people fucking like AOC and a couple of these like Republicans, they like smile and laugh with each other. They don't fucking hate each other. It's fucking for show. It's fucking bread and circus.
It might be a fucked up thing to say, but back like in the 60s and 70s, when if you were a politician or on a public platform that was radical, you needed like 24-hour bodyguards because you were at a pretty high risk of getting assassinated. And
yeah, but at the
to
same
have
time,
that
I think
level of threat and constantly be thinking and writing and coming up with content is a whole other fucking vehicle than these
like
lazy
Veep.
asshole pieces of shit that are just kind of,
I mean, the thing is this though, like
running in place. I mean, like,
the socialist
think about like week to week or month to month, you could literally get murdered.
Yeah, and this is like I'm gonna talk about the other side, the liberal side. They hide behind these social politics, where like, oh, they're very progressive with their social politics, but in the end, once they get in the office, they still bomb as many brown people as the fucking Republicans, maybe more. So it's like they're no different. They just hide behind their social politics of like, oh,
that was a big issue
bullshit.
with
It's
like
bullshit. I mean, Malcolm X said like never trust a white liberal, right?
Well, no, that was a big issue with like the Black Muslims and the double NCAP and all that stuff. Is like they had people they thought were just Uncle Tom stooges and not,
and they probably were.
And in a way, I mean, 5 to 10 to 20 years go by and the same shit is happening.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna eventually just realize like they're not there for you. Like it's not enough. Like whatever is in place,
they're never there for you.
It's not enough.
They're there for
you need
them.
To fucking do something.
They're there for them, and they're there for their funders, which is AIPAC, which is Israel. And you can look that up. That's about every politician we've had for the last like 15 years has been funded by AIPAC. Look up AIPAC. Completely funded by Israel. And that's why you wonder why they all love Israel. There you go. That's it.
But
and this is nothing against Jewish people. This is just
with Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad and Muhammad Ali and Farrakhan is that they are all against this oppressive just control of,
and I am too,
Jewish media and
control of anything.
that they are constantly fighting against. And I don't know. In a way, I always thought it was just like based on religious stuff, or is it more like media that is the issue? You know, like
it is.
There seemed to be like a balance of the two,
Dude,
to where
the media's the issue. It is.
They're trying to have stuff be released, and it's being controlled and
remember this?
limited. But then also, it like stems from things based more on just it's not even political anymore. It's religious. So then it like gets really
that's what they hide behind.
Weird and complicated because
they hide behind it.
Then it becomes like, so what is race to religion? Because you know, like a Jewish person is not
a race
necessarily. Yeah, right. But
it is a belief.
But then within a race, there's so many different subsects to where, you know, like you have Irish or Italians or Polish or Scots or British or Australians or New Zealanders. You know what I mean? Like it's when it gets broken down all these different ways.
Yeah, and what you hit on with the media.
Then you see the way that it's controlled because there's so many offsets and
it's the media. It's a media mind control. It's a media mind control.
Ways that it can be represented. You know, like who's to say like somebody from like a subsect that nobody's really even aware of anymore becomes prominent. You know,
right.
And then it doesn't even matter what their race or religion is anymore. It's just more strictly political.
Yeah, but it's also it's a very
way that a third party system could evolve.
All right. Oh no! I mean, we should have multiple. We should have 3. We should have fucking 10. Right?
Find a way to reject the 2.
If we were actually democracy, we would have hundreds. You know,
somehow build a representation or ideology outside of the 2 that is strong enough for enough people to invest in or care about. You know.
And also, I think
not
it is
like Ralph Nader getting like the Green Party or like
but it doesn't matter. These are all fake now at this point. They know they're fake. They know they can't do shit. They can't even be on the ballot in some states. You know, like RFK won't even be on the ballot in like I think 10 states. He's not even on the ballot. So it's like it's fucking bullshit.
I know, and it's sad because these people get turned into like
this
memes and stuff. And
then there's word that RFK is going to get a Trump.
As much as like memes seem like a stupid. Nothing.
Oh, I think there's something. They come out like 2 seconds later.
Or entertainment.
Yeah.
There's an underlying thing going on with all of them that is really
real,
influential,
definitely
and impactful. That it might not.
And you ever notice
but then you kind of think about it a couple days or weeks or months later. And then
even quicker. You ever notice like these memes come out like some of these memes come out like 5 minutes after the fucking event, and it's like who the fuck? Maybe it's AI. Who the fuck is making these so quick? Like,
no,
that's right.
There's
some are like a minute after.
Companies that are based on that kind of shit.
I guess, but again, I was talking about
like
yeah. No, you're probably right.
There's like all these IG companies that are there to like boost your followers or like. IG companies that are there to like find advertisements for you and influencers and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
All this stuff, it works the same way, whether it's Instagram or an election, you know, it's nothing different.
We're definitely in this media mind control. Cause don't you remember 6 months ago where everyone was high-fiving about how dumb Kamala is. And she's this stupid fucking bitch. And like, she's a retard, and now it's like go on Yahoo, go on Yahoo, go on MS, like any major fucking news site, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is why Kamala is gonna win. This is why she's reinvigorating the party." It's like, what the fuck? Where'd this come from? Like, where'd this come from? Because used to be we were all high fiving and like circle jerking about how much she sucked, and now this is like now she's the answer. Where the fuck did that come from? That's where this is all like. That's the media manufacturer like that we're dealing with, which is crazy, but all right. I'm gonna get off my soapbox.
Hold on. Do you have that Kevin Spacey clip?
Oh yeah, let me do the Kevin Spacey clip.
I need a break. I gotta go.
Let me play that for a second. Then I'm gonna get into Alien Romulan.
Yeah, give me like a minute.
Yeah, because this is a weird ass fucking clip. This is weird.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he's back.
You know why he's back? It's because he's got dirt on like every fucking Hollywood producer, and that's why he's back.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's got dirt. He said it. Remember, he's done all these like threatening
also,
videos.
I don't.
He's got dirt, man. He's got dirt. This is not a joke. He's got dirt on all of them. That's why they're like
the guy, but he is.
Take me down.
He was a great fucking actor. Like I love so many things that he was.
He is a great actor. There's no. He's a scumbag, but he's a great actor. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I mean, I can separate art from the douchebag. Like I still like Michael Jackson.
Well, it's not even him. It's like there's so many other people involved that don't even get any form of credit.
I mean, I still like Michael Jackson. He's a great fucking singer.
Like think about all the
kids,
film directors who have editors and cinematographers that don't even get fucking credited, and they all get every single accolade, and it's almost like it's like their complete brainchild. And they fucking
I think they get
every
off
single
on it
thing,
I think they get off
It's
on it
bullshit.
too. The fact that like Roman Polanski, I think he got off on the fact that like I did this and I have all these like little underlying things about being a pedophile, and he gets off on the fact that like he got awards for being a pedophile basically, and I think they get off on that. But again, a great director. I can separate the art from the artist. Same thing with Spacey. He's a good actor. This movie, I don't know about that, but there you go.
Oh,
Draw.
ma'am, I'm afraid there's no hope for that. I'm a fallen soul.
Oh. Well, what may I do for you?
Well, what can you tell me about Sam, lives over there?
Well, she works a lot, but she's always down for a good time. Good time Sammy, that's her. Also, she has a deadbeat husband. Well, they're both drunks, and they fight a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
You mean physical?
Well, sometimes. I don't know. I hear a lot of banging going on in there. And I ain't just talking about the usual kind of banging.
Oh, okay.
You know what banging is, don't you, mister?
Well, I think I remember that. I meant more like physical violence.
I'll have to say this. Spacey is looking like pudgy as shit. He's getting
no, I've never seen no bruises. I mean, no siree, not a one.
All right. Yeah. I'm stopping this. Let me get into this. Alien Romulus. I saw it. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. The fucking opening act is fucking so good. I mean, Red Letter Media talked about this. The black actor, I mean, I'm trying to figure out is that even racist to say? David Johnson, dude, this guy, no joke, should be cast in like everything. Like I actually honestly thought he was like he sold the show. And even the main girl who was from Civil War, I really like her. I like her a lot too. The plot gets really bad in the middle. But still, what do you expect? What do you expect of an alien movie? It's going to be, they're eventually just going to be running away from the alien in a spaceship or whatever. So, and then that's basically what this is. I know there's a lot of lame callbacks to other alien franchises, like, Alien 2 and a little bit of Alien 3 and 4, and definitely Alien 1 because Ian Holm comes up as a CGI. That was the one thing I was like, Red Letter Media talked about that. I was like, all right, I agree with you. It was very lame to have Ian Holm come back for the fucking 2 seconds. Like, why? And they were like, who the fuck under 30 remembers Ian Holm? And like, I guess I'm one of those people that do remember Ian Holm, but it's probably true. It's like, you could have made that be fucking anyone. And I do agree with that. It's like, if it was just a fucking robot, whatever, I get it. It's a robot. It would have made no difference. You would have got the vibe of Ian Holm. Like, you don't need to actually make Ian Holm. That was a weird CG choice. But again, this movie opens up on this Blade Runner type planet. It's a mining planet, and it's there's 0 hours of sunlight during the whole year. so no one wants to be there. And basically, the girl tries to like get off the planet because she's met her contract, and then they tell her, "Oh no, you got like 5 more years to do. We just changed the rules," and it's like she's devastated. So she basically finds a plot where her and these other super British mumble mouth people go to a space station to try to get some like kind of cryo chambers to like go to the next planet, which is 9 years away. So they have to be in a cryo chamber, which we've seen in other Alien movies, especially Alien 1, you know, like, and Alien 2, where it ends really nicely, where you think Ripley gets away, but then her shit just crashes on the fucking weird penile planet.
You know, there's been a Alien Predator crossover, but has there been an Alien or Predator Terminator crossover?
A triple crossover. I don't think there's been
That'd
a
be
triple
fucking
crossover.
cool, where the aliens and predators have to team up to fight the Terminators.
T-1000s. Yeah, that's a good point.
Has that happened before?
No, I don't think they can. I don't think. Hold on, I think they can. You know, this was another thing I didn't realize when I watched this movie that this was Disney. Red Letter Media brought it up. I forgot about that. I forgot how 20th Century Fox is now Disney, and that made me rethink things. I was like, oh shit, that's why they did all this nostalgia shit. But watch the trailer for this. Let's watch the final trailer. Here you go. Again, I didn't. The black dude in this
What do you
movie?
think of the director?
I like the director. I like Don't Breathe. I like the Evil Dead remake he did. I like him. I think, and again, I think he was stifled by the studios because the first act is really fucking good and really.
I gotta
really
say, it's pretty
Blade
fucking
Runner.
awesome that he can go from both of those two movies to the Alien guy. You know, like the next
Yeah,
Alien.
and
guy.
there is a crossover to Prometheus that was like
Wasn't the last non-Ridley Scott Alien guy the French director who did Amelie or some shit with the
no, you're thinking of
Rider and
David Fincher did Alien 4, right? Or Alien 3?
No,
No,
I'm thinking
you're
of-
right. You're right. There is a French director. Who did Alien 4? Alien 4 is the French director. That's the one I'm thinking of. That definitely is the French
that's the
director.
one with Winona Ryder.
Yes, that's Jean Perrault-Jeanette. That is definitely the Emily guy.
Wait, is
One of
Winona Ryder in
one of the
or
Emily.
two movies?
One of them. There's two. It's usually a duo. Emily Delicatessen, Lost Children. That is 2 people. He did this by himself. He's 70. He's up there. But here's the final trailer for Alien Romulus.
Are you sure you want to do this?
This planet looks like fucking Blade Runner. It was awesome.
There she is.
You want to break in and steal highly regulated equipment.
This could be our only ticket out of here.
Should be in and out in 30 minutes.
Welcome to the Romulus space station.
This space gives me the creeps.
Whoa.
What the hell is this?
I don't know.
The fuck was that?
Hold on. Stop.
Stop playing around, man. Just get out. I'm not playing around.
What?
What is the context of this fucking scene?
They go into this. All right, they're trying to get the. All right, they go onto this ship and they find the
Before that,
chambers, the cryo
I'm
chambers.
not going to see it. Like I have no interest in seeing this.
All right, well, I'm telling you. They go into this ship to find these cryo chambers.
No,
that'll
no,
take
before
you-
that, like, what's the context?
They want to get off this shitty planet and go to like a real planet that has sunlight. Like that made sense. So they're trying to find
How
this,
are they on a planet that has no sunlight?
like their parents were there by like a mining contract. So it's like they're the second generation of
No,
the
no,
shitty
I mean, like,
mining planet.
not having sunlight. What is a substitute?
There's nothing. It's just dark it's dark all the time.
How does shit grow?
Nothing grows. They just like working. They're basically like working in a coal
so
mine.
they're in some like post-apocalyptic fucking.
Yes, so they're just trying to get the fuck off here. So that's why they're trying to get off.
All
So
this,
they
everything
go
like
to this.
post-apocalyptic always creeps me the fuck out because I'm so worried that it might actually be.
It probably will.
5 years from now or some shit, you know.
But so they go to this planet to get these cryo chambers to get on like a ship so that you can like live. Like you go in this cryo chamber, you can like be sustained for years. So they want to go to the cryo chamber, and it's a 7-year trip or 9-year trip to the next planet. That's like a real.
Well, they don't actually live. You mean they're like frozen?
You're frozen. But then when they go on there, they realize that these chambers only have 3 years. So they have to go into this. They have to go to this like little room that has more like fuel. So they go into this room to get the fuel, and that's where all these fucking facehuggers start jumping in the water. There you go.
Stop playing around, man. Get out.
I'm not playing around. There's something in the water.
There's something in the
What
water.
do you mean there's something in
I
the
don't
water?
know. There's just something in the fucking water.
Run.
Oh, fuck. Look at Brown the Monkey's got that dude.
Are you alright?
Tomorrow. I don't know what to do.
Whatever comes, we'll face it together.
Let's go.
Impact event in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
God damn, the trailer is way better than the movie. They made a good trailer. I'll give them that. They made a fucking good trailer. It's I mean, I would give this movie a B, like a B minus. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
Would you watch it again?
Probably not. That's the part where I'll be like, I probably will never watch this movie.
I
ever
don't.
again.
Then I don't know.
That's a good example of like I probably will never watch this ever again.
If I'm
So
grading,
that's a good.
if I'm grading a movie or a film or whatever you want to call it, if it's something I never want to watch again, it's not a B. It's like a C.
I guess so. I will watch Alien again in my life. I will watch Aliens again in my
To
life.
me, like a C is.
I'll probably never
just
watch
above-
Prometheus again in my
just
life.
below average, you know.
I'll never watch Alien 3 again in my life. I will never watch any. I will only probably watch Alien and Aliens again in my life. So I guess it's remained the same. My opinion on the Alien franchise has still remained the same.
Yeah, but how much of that is from nostalgia?
Not really, because I found those on my own. I never I never grew up. We were a little older or a little younger than these movies. It just I found them as a kid watching movies.
No,
I mean, I'm
know,
not from
what I'm saying is,
1979.
like, are they
1986.
even good movies, or is it just because of
No, they're good
how
movies.
impressionable you were when you saw them? It meant more.
No, these are good movies. I mean, these movies. Alien is from 1979, still holds up. Aliens is from 1986, and it's probably one of the best action movies of all time. So it's like, no, if you like action movies or like sci-fi, you'll find this no matter what age you are. Let me get into this. Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim trailer. This is a very interesting thing that I found upon. I'm actually kind of like excited for this. This is the first time I've been excited for something for a while. This is by a good anime guy. He worked on.
I thought you were talking about that fucking TV show.
No, this is actually by Peter
Are you
Jackson.
gonna watch that, please? Like,
I hope maybe it comes out next week. Maybe.
If you watch it, I'll try to put myself through it too, but
Okay.
I can't guarantee making it past 3 episodes.
This is by Weta and Peter Jackson and by the director Kenji Kamiyama, who He used to work. He worked on Akira. He worked on Kiki's Delivery Service. So he's like OG kind of anime type guy. It looks pretty fucking good. Voices are having Brian Cox and also great actor right there, and also Miranda Otto, who is the original Eowyn in Lord of the Rings. So again, this is a very anime thing. So I was like, I'm kind of like torn because I'm not a huge anime guy. But this
you like One Piece?
I didn't mind One Piece, but
when's that next season coming out?
Oh god, I think for a while. But watch this trailer. Here
Are you
we go.
looking forward to it? I
am, but I'm more looking forward to this. This is gonna come out during like the holiday season. So here you go. Watch this.
All Middle-earth knows the tale of the War of the Ring. But 200 years before that,
Riders of the Mark! Brothers of Rohan!
there was an older tale.
Arise!
We come with an offer to strengthen Rohan.
Hera, daughter of Helm, I, Wolf, seek your hand in marriage.
Our fathers speak as if I were not even in the room.
Fucking weird.
To marry you.
You do not seek an alliance. You seek a throne. You will live to regret this, old man. He's dead. You will pay for this with your life.
The boy I knew would never wish for war.
The boy you knew is gone. Fire!
There's so many of them. I pledged to fight for my king.
You know nothing of war.
I'm the fastest rider you have. People need hope, Hera. Something to believe in.
My pride. My joy. You could rule the world. You think I am afraid of you?
You should be.
What does Mordor want with rings?
I don't know, man. I think it was awesome. It's a mix of a lot of things I like. Gives me this Akira and Ghost in the Shell like soundtrack. I don't know. I kind of like it. So far, I'm impressed.
I thought it was just gonna be live action.
No, it's all anime, but pretty good. Looks like a weird, like a mashup of like things I like. So I give it that. Looks awesome. Blow the shit out of fucking Rings of Power, which looks terrible. Wait, so far I'm impressed with that. Definitely, definitely big anime vibe, right? But it is gonna be done by Weta, so and then Peter Jackson is like producing it. So there's like connections to other things, which I kind of like that. At least they're like
Weta.
That
I know what it is. Like, how did it start?
It's old. They started in like the 90s or 80s. They were just a production company to make makeup and special effects for like movies.
Did they do Jurassic Park shit?
I don't think so. I actually do not think so.
Oh, they did that Lion, the Witch, in the Wardrobe movie, didn't they?
That was post Lord of the Rings. They got a lot of work. Post Lord of the Rings, they got a ton of work. What it was like the first thing. Like that was like the first thing they did was Lord of the Rings, and then like they got tons of they're basically a visual effects company. What a workshop. They do special effects. They started in 1987. They did stuff on Hercules, Xena, Meet the Feebles, Heavenly Creatures. So basically, a lot of
Meet the Feebles.
Yeah,
I have that on like a burnt DVD.
Brain Dead,
copy.
Frighteners. But after Lord of the Rings, they got tons of real work. You know, like Master Commander, Samurai.
To take CDs and DVDs and reformat them to MP3s or like digital versions.
Yeah, you still can. Yeah. I mean, Weta did the effects for Alien Romulus and Dune this year. So Dune Part 2 was Weta. So they did a good job on both these things, actually. I'll give them that. Come on. And actually, wow, they're actually doing the... Oh, this is new. They're doing the effects for Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. So maybe that'll help out. They needed that. Because last year we saw these fucking armor that were like titty breast armor that was terrible. They need to do that. You're actually gonna watch Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power? You're actually gonna do it?
No, I was hoping you would.
Let's talk about the movie. What movie? What are you talking about, motherfucker? Hostile.
What do you mean? Let's talk about it. We just fucking talked about it for less hour and a half.
I'm not trying to spoil the movie for you. Go watch the movie. If you like Aliens, if you like Aliens or Aliens 2, you like this movie. And if you're like a modern like person, if you've never seen an Alien movie, you will love this movie. That's what I would say. It's like if you've never seen Alien or Aliens 2, you'll like this movie. Because you will not know. I mean, basically, I watched it. How old are you, Hostile? How old? Give me an age.
Well, that's a weird dynamic to have. Is
give me your age.
People are like aware or respect the history of the Alien franchise,
38,
but also want to not have
watched
any of it or acknowledge any of it. So it's like new to them, but then it's like all these references are mixed in. It seems very confused.
Well, Hostile, we're of the same age bracket there. We're both older millennials. I'm 37, so you're 36, 38. You're 38. I'm 37. Did you like it?
You've never seen a single Alien movie?
Oh, I'm sure he has. I'm just trying to judge this here. I'm sure he has.
That's a franchise you see without even trying to.
I mean, Winona Ryder looked pretty hot in the fucking Alien 4. Come on. I don't follow you guys. Just pop the movie as well. That's interesting. That's a weird algorithm. Hostile.
Why?
Good question. You didn't realize you're an hour late. Well, we're an hour late too. We're always an hour late.
You know what I mean? Like, what in the algorithms would have us suggest?
That's a good. Honestly, it's a good question at how we pop up in anyone's feed. We're talking about Israel for the past like hour, and like then we pop in people's feeds.
But look at like the last several episodes that we've had. Is that why?
It's a good question, man. Maybe we get a little weird pop up.
Do those algorithms work off of recency bias, or it's like?
I question this. Hostile. What kind of YouTube channels do you usually follow?
Yeah, like can you give us some kind of context of how?
That's it. That's why.
Randomly come across this.
I liked the movie too. By the way, I really did like the movie. I didn't love it. I liked the movie. Like I told Lovitz, I'll probably never watch this movie again in my life. Hostile, will you ever watch this movie again in your life? Like, genuinely think about that. Will you ever watch this movie again? Are you gonna go like buy the DVD or? Oh, no one buys that anymore. Are you gonna like buy the streaming copy and watch this movie again in your life?
At the same time, there's been like
that's my thought about it.
I really liked.
That's a good point.
The viewing of it, and then never wanted to watch again. Like 20 days later, you know that's something. Where
you'll stream it. Okay. All right.
Just seeing it had a certain.
That's a good point. I agree with that. 28 Days Later is exactly a good point in that movie. Like I liked it at the time, but yeah, I've never watched it again. I saw it once in theaters. That was it. Never saw it again.
But I
Shaun
think
of the Dead,
like, there's a
Shaun of the Dead,
certain
I've seen like
context of
hundreds of times.
what came before it and why it was that impactful.
Or
to
the
where
Dawn of the Dead, the Dawn of
once
the Dead
that all
remake.
happened, it didn't matter anymore.
The Dawn of the Dead remake, I never watched it again. I saw it once in theaters, never saw it again. That's it. That's what kind of how I feel about this movie. Like I did like it for the moment, but I also
Is
thought
that just the nature of zombie movies?
no, I think it's the nature of a lot
The
of
fact
movies.
that
I mean,
like
this
both
movie,
examples were zombie movies, they were.
it made me think of a zombie movie I will watch tons of times, and that is Shaun of the Dead. I will watch it again. Actually, I think it's going to get re-released into theaters soon too. So, Frederic Couture says film. Cool. I like film. Okay.
I like film too.
Frederic Couture film. Cool. I like film.
Do you remember that?
Are you
fucking
French? Are you
weird
Spanish?
Jack
I can't
Black
tell.
Ben
Couture
Stiller
is Spanish.
movie that came out.
Which movie?
The fuck was it called? It was Ben Stiller and Jack Black. Envy. Or no? What the fuck was it called?
Oh my god, I forgot about that fucking movie.
I feel like I saw that shit in theaters. It was really weird in a bad way.
Well, you used to
There
see a
was
lot of more movies in
cameo
theaters.
of,
Like movies in theaters were a thing. Now it's not a thing. Now it's like Hostile. I'm gonna stream it later, even though he went and saw it. But most people stream these things. I mean, like I downloaded the movie Oddity. I was gonna go watch Oddity in theaters. It's a horror movie, recent horror movie, and it looks good. But it came out 2 weeks later, so I'll download it. Same with like that movie I saw, Cuckoo, which I recommend that. I recommend Cuckoo over Alien Romulus. Way better movie. But
really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Cuckoo was really good. Seriously, really good. Worth watching, especially if you like weird sci-fi, horror, like you love that movie, you know? Alien Romulus? You've seen it. If you've seen Alien or Aliens or Alien 3 or Alien 4, you've seen this movie. That's my problem with it. And again, I did like it. As a theater going experience, I had a good time.
For people who have not seen all that shit.
Right. If you're a millennial and you've never seen an alien movie, or not a millennial, a Gen Z, you've never seen an alien movie, you'll love this movie. And I think that's kind of what they're going for. They're trying to go for a younger audience, and that's why Red Letter Media didn't like it, because they've fucking seen all this shit. And I get it. That's why they didn't like it. They're fucking old. And I'm old. We're old. You know, like I get it. I've seen these things. But if you haven't, you'd like these things. They're new to people. And it was kind of a fresh take. Hostile says it felt like Alien with a few lows and some potential high bar breadcrumbs. Yeah, no, there were things in this movie that were really good. The black actor who played the android is fucking, or the synthetic as they like to call it in Alien. Yeah, he was fucking great. I would.
That
if I
was the guy who
casting
played,
director. I'd fucking use this guy whenever the fuck I could, because he's good.
That was Bilbo, right?
Yeah, I kind of hated that. I mean, I agree with Alien that what Red Letter Meter said that could, if you'd made that anyone, I didn't need to see Ian Holm. Come on, I didn't need to see him. It made me actually depressed.
Needs to work, man. He needs some money coming in.
He's dead.
Fuck.
He's dead, by the way, for a couple of years.
So then his
dead.
family does.
Yeah. No, Andy.
You know what's fucking sick about just media in general? It's it's not about whether he's living or not. It's about who owns the rights.
Yeah.
Because Notorious B.I.G. has been dead for
forever.
However long.
Yeah,
and
of course.
They still keep pumping up
That's what Hostile says.
stuff. Or
Hostile.
Tupac or all these people. It's
they're still alive, right?
Hey, we found this EP that he came out with that
they got a new EP
about it wanted to release.
All right, here Hostile says Andy was dope, especially when he got upgraded. Great range. Yeah, definitely agreed. There's a point where he gets this little chip upgraded, but it gets fucked up. So he's kind of going in between being this retard. All right, basically in the beginning of this movie, he's kind of like a broken android. So he's kind of like a retarded black guy, and then he gets this chip, and then he's the smart guy, and then that chip gets broken, and he's sort of going in between, and that was really good. I was like, oh, this dude's fucking really good at acting. He can go in between No, he's good. I mean, I was very impressed by his acting skills, and that part of the story was a very smart idea. That's cool. That was very original. I liked it. I mean, like, I like that character, and I like the main girl.
I mean, RLM wanted to give him an Academy Award. Like, it was fucking Denzel.
No, that
Washington, some shit.
That kid, that guy should be in. If I was a casting director, I'd like, yeah, I would be all over that fucking guy. Like, that would be like my like number one guy to like call up to be like, you want to be in this movie? That's what I would do.
He's like the new Don Cheadle.
Yeah, that's actually a good comparison.
Don Cheadle,
that's actually a good comparison. I think he's like a young Don Cheadle. He's not far off from that. That's actually not bad.
If I'm his agent, I'm sending out that memo with every email.
And Hostile, I do agree, because the black goo was probably the most interesting thing about Prometheus was the black goo. And
what's the black goo?
In Prometheus, like, this alien lands on Earth and takes the black goo and then like disintegrates. But then that like creates all the life that is on our Earth. So basically, like, the black goo is like a life force type thing. That like, and I like that concept. That concept's awesome. It's very dark, kind of occult though. And I think this movie has a lot of. This movie has a lot of occult, like, little connections. Like, they're on this Saturn type planet, which if you look into the occult, Saturn is very much connected to the occult. So this whole movie, Alien Romulus, is based around a planet that has rings, and the spaceship is about to crash into the rings, which I kind of felt was very kind of like super like culty, kind of like hidden meaning right there. And even having like the name being Romulus, which is a Roman, a Roman god, was kind of weird. Like, I mean, I keep thinking like the only reason I'll watch this movie again is to try to decode what they're actually talking about, because I think there's something to this. Like, again, even Prometheus, you're talking about Prometheus fire, so you are talking about a Greek myth. This is a Roman myth, but I think there's something to this. I think there's something to that idea of having like these ancient connections to old stories, and there's something to it. I mean, Romulus and Remus were the creators of Rome, but I kind of want to like connect what that means to this story, and I don't think I've fully connected it yet. I have to like kind of think about it. But why have a ship called Alien Romulus? And even like the old Alien movie had the ship was the Nostromo, which I think was also a connection to Greek myth too. So Ridley Scott, he's got some interesting connections there. He's an occultist. He's hanging out with Diddy. He's like a block over from Diddy, so he's got that shit in there. Yeah, the Prometheus fire. All right, man. For tonight. Until next time. I'll see you, Lovitz.
All right.
See you, man. Hoss, thanks for coming out, man. See you guys. Come back whenever. I hope your algorithm hits us up next time, because cool talking to you, man.